You weigh your own package, you label your own package, you ship your own package, you track your own darn package. And at the end of the day, you hit the button and you bill yourself for your own darn package.
Get-go energy, creative insights, and real-life humor have made Thom Winninger one of the most popular business conference keynoters ever.
And Mr. Kroc gleaned on that little puppy in a minute. We turned that sack into Happy Meal. Make the parents happy. Wasn't the kids are never going to be happy. Thank you. You got a few of them?
Thom Winninger, gearing up for growth, the absolute truths.
You see, I've learned to deal in truths, not ideas. I've learned that if you attach a truth to an idea to a truth, you have no problem with the future because truths last forever. A truth, the clarity of your thinking, dictates the clarity of your action.
Your unique differentiator is your purpose, not your product. That is absolute truth.
In the soul of a business, there is no service. It doesn't exist. Every service that you provide is a product that you provide, not a service. And when we learn to language our services as products and package them as products and brand them as products by giving them a name, we will have less price competition and more customer understanding in the marketplace.
Branding without purpose fades. Branding with purpose is absolute.
Wear it everywhere, wear it on everything, give it to everybody, support it, act like the brand. Act like the brand. Action becomes the brand. That's a significant challenge for all of us as independents under a single brand.
The future growth of your organization depends upon your ability to create distinctive value that translates into a culture that delivers amazing customer experiences. Smart thinking is the only true differentiator. The ability to cut away the clutter of business operations and operate from your purpose makes an unbeatable brand. Thom Winninger, CSP CPAE, is America's leading market strategist. Thom's presentations redefine the way corporate America revitalizes its markets and captures new market share in spite of the economy through absolute truths to grow business.
And I met in Chicago with George Fisher, and I sat across the table with the CEO of Kodak, and he said, "Do you know who I am?" I said, "Yes, you're Mr. Fisher. You run an $11 billion company, and you think you're in the film business." He said, "What?" He said, "You said I think I'm in the film business?" I said, "Yep, you think you're in the film business." Well, I only had 8 minutes. You could take a lot of risk, right? He told me that. He said, "You got 8 minutes, buddy." Well, how much time do you have when you pick up the phone? Not 8 minutes. I had 8 great minutes. He said, "You don't think I'm in the film business?" I said, "No, I don't buy Kodak because I want film. I buy Fuji because I want film. If I'm going to Disney, I take Kodak because I don't want to take Fuji because Fuji's a film company and Kodak is a magic moment company, and I want to take the magic moments in my life I want to remember long after the moments are over." He said, "Slow that down for me." I said, "My youngest is 3 at that time." I said, "There's a truth, George. It's very important for all of us. It's very important for you. It's very important for me. They've been around 2,000 years, these truths. I'll give you one. It's not what I sell, it's what the customer buys that differentiates me in the marketplace. It's not what I sell, it's what the customer buys that differentiates me in the marketplace. If I'm busy trying to figure out what I sell rather than what the customer wants to buy, I will always be competing on a product line that is focused on a price issue rather than a value issue in the marketplace."
Winninger will ignite your sales team. Winninger will turn management into leadership. Winninger will turn service into amazing customer relationships. Winninger will turn your audience into an excited, committed force to be reckoned with. Winninger's work has helped ignite entire industries, turning cell phones into global platforms for communications, office supply into productivity systems, technologies into business growth tools.
And we take patio furniture and we call it backyard entertainment. And we take bicycles and we make them into off-road experiences. And we take chainsaws and make it do-it-yourself limbing on a weekend so you can have fun in the woods without going into the woods.
It is not what a thing is, but what it does that creates consumer interest.
In this hand, I'm holding a Hershey bar. It sells for 98 cents. In this hand, I'm holding a box of Godiva. It sells for $12.95. This is a test, confused people. Tell me the difference. You're doing good. I get answers like, they charge more. Wrong. Jump into a phone booth talking to your shoe, Maxwell Smart. Some people say it's the chocolate. I own a little company called Introspect. We do consumer usability studies for General Mills. It ain't the chocolate. What's the answer? It's the marketing. There's another person who thinks they ought to have marketing when they don't need it. What's the difference? Well, this Hershey bar sells for 98 cents. Interestingly enough, it's the same amount of chocolate as this 4-piece box of Godiva that comes in a gold box. I'll give you a couple of hints, with a bow on it. And the bow changes colors depending upon the event. I pay $2 more for that red bow on a special day. And you want to know, telcos and people in the electric co-op business, that's a lot of what? Margin. People say, how are you getting so much margin? You're a telco. Just say, we got ribbons. We put bows on our boxes. Now, you know that's ridiculous. But we think of technologies and the compatibility of technologies rather than the application of the technology to the highest need, changing need of the consumer. I buy this Hershey bar for 98 cents and I eat it. I buy this box of Godiva for $12.95 and I give it. The difference between these two items is its application.
Thom Wininger's keynote presentations are igniting new momentum for corporations and associations worldwide. His strategies have been captured in 5 best-selling books, including Bullseye, How to Capture Market Leadership, and Price Wars, How to Win the Battle for Your Customer. Thom's been featured on CNBC, First Business, Boardroom Reports, Venture, and Success Magazine. He's published in over 300 trade journals, publications, and newspapers. Thom Wininger has received many awards and commendations, including a nomination for America's Entrepreneur of the Year Award, the Cavett Award, the highest award given by the 4,000 members of the National Speakers Association, and he was inducted into the CPAE Speaker Hall of Fame. Thom teaches his clients intrinsic principles on creating greater market differentiation and leadership through a values and purpose-centered approach.
I looked at Mr. Monahan and I said, what do you do? And in clarity, he looked back at me and he said, I'm the #1 pizza delivery guy in North America. I said, what? He said, I'm the #1 pizza delivery guy in North America. 24 words or less, he answered my #2 question just like that. I'm the #1. He didn't say I'm the #1 pizza guy in North America, because he ain't in the pizza business. He's in the delivery business. As a matter of fact, his pizza's 4th in consumer satisfaction. I know that because I spoke to the Bread Baking Society of America, and they showed ratings on pizzas. Now, he doesn't own the company anymore. It's a publicly held company. He's long gone. He's raising money through Legatus, and he's doing a lot of other things. But see how clear he was? They emphasized the what? The delivery, not the... He looked at me and he said, you know, Thom, nobody calls me who isn't already hungry. Now, I had to think about that for a minute, because I'm a kid who has to process things. So in other words, Thom, you charge for delivery and you give them the pizza, because you know where your value is at. And he smiled at me. He never said yes or no. $14 for delivery, the pizza's what? Free. We're not going to sit around and figure out how to make the greatest pizza. We're not going to try to write the greatest speech before we figure out what the highest need of the audience is. We're going to figure out what the need is and adjust what we do to them. He said that's why we always said it's 30 minutes or it's free. Now, they gave that up years ago, and you can still answer the what? You can answer the question. You can fill in the blank. Why? Because they built their branded image around getting it to your door in 30 minutes or it was free.
Over 2,800 companies have benefited from Wininger's Absolute Truths keynote to ignite energy not only in their organization, but also in their industry. Thom's an expert in igniting market momentum that brings real growth. Referred to as one of the best minds of our times by Inc. magazine, Thom delivers doable lessons on turning opportunities into growth.
Serving the customer's total need generates increased revenue.
Expedia calls on the phone. They've got all the technologies in the whole world to beat up every travel agent and drive them out of business, and they've done a pretty good job on 4,000 of them because they have the ability to compare the pricing on seating, and they say, yes, but it's never enough because every time we give the consumer a great deal and a lower price, they want a better deal and a lower price. So we moved expediency from a travel agency to a travel planner. We moved them from quoting seats on airplanes to providing multiple venues where the person going to London can do 5 things while they're there, depending upon the purpose of the trip.
From Wininger's presentations, organizations learn how to achieve sustainable growth by redefining their market purpose, recognizing their brand advantage, building a unique organizational culture, and embracing the challenges of today.
The growth of your business depends on the uniqueness of your brand experience.
My wife's father, unfortunately, had cancer, and I went to him and I said, you know, if you survive this, I'm going to take you anywhere in the world you want to go. I said, where would you like to go? Now, this is an Iowa farmer. He said, I want to go to London and see the Queen. I said, seriously? Might be a little work. So I picked up the phone and I called a travel agent. And they picked up the phone on the other end and I said, I need 3 seats on an airplane, leaving for London on a Thursday, coming back on the following Wednesday. How much are the seats? She said, how many do you have going? Mistaken question. She said, how much do you want to spend? Mistaken question. I gently hung up the phone and said, thank you very much, I appreciate it. I picked up the phone and I called a travel planner. I said, I'm going to London. I need 3 seats on an airplane. She said, you ever been to London before? I said, no. Right question. She said, there's 5 things in London you need to see when you're there. Why are you going? I said, my wife's dad has survived cancer and he wants to meet the Queen. She said, when are you going? I said, August. She said, the Queen won't be there. She's in Balmoral. But there's 5 things you can do while you were there. We went there. We stayed at the Browns Hotel. I looked at cigar butts from Winston Churchill. We had the greatest trip we've ever had in our life, and Dad will never forget it. But it wasn't the plane seats, friends. I can get plane seats anywhere. You know that. I'm a 1%er on Northwest. I can get seats anywhere. I'm not looking for a seat. I'm looking for a total travel experience.
Thom Wininger is America's leading market strategist. He delivers unique presentations for thinking smart, creating priceable value, and how to build a brand culture of difference through proven absolute truths for growth. For booking information, contact the person who provided this program.